So, to be honest, it's hard to be specific. There was no one thing. I sat down to read it in June of last year because we were going to be doing a reading. I guess they were thinking about bringing it over. And really, as soon as I sat down to read it at home, I was essentially giving a little, probably rather embarrassing and unfinished performance on my sofa for myself. And when you do that something is working. Specifically, I love some of the things I get to deal with this character, but to put it bluntly, it's the best new play that I remember reading for a long time.
Talk a little bit about the character if you can. I know you're only like 2 weeks into the rehearsal process, of how you see him and sort of how he fits into things.
Well, first of all of the characters, all the three main characters, as you know, have two different incarnations. You see us in 1958 and in 2008. We haven't aged. We're kind of different people with the same names, but different dynamics between us. That's one thing to figure out, which obviously we're just doing now. But within that, Philip, who I play in the 50s, is a man who's married, apparently happily married, and Oliver, who Ben plays, enters his life. Basically, he's a man who, as you see the play progress, you see him go through different stages of I suppose, denial. If you've got to give it a name, you call it denial. What I loved about it and about the writing is that it's real denial. It's not what I think sometimes now, in a kind of therapy speak, we call denial, when somebody basically knows but they're just pretending. So this man does not know who he is. He truly does not know who he is, and goes through incredibly convoluted kind of games, if you like, to disguise from other people and from himself what he might be. And that, for an actor, as you can imagine, is kind of quite enticing. And then in 2008, I get to play a completely different guy who's basically at ease with himself. So that's another challenge too.